Welcome back to DS Truck. So I got a really good comment on one of my videos, and the comment was saying, why gas? Why buy a gasoline truck for doing what we're doing, towing a dump trailer? We did a house demolition in a video that he commented on. So the comment came from Dave Hardy. It goes, why gas? I don't understand people and their thought process. Click on this. The great 8 to 10 MPG is pure SH star star. Just saying. So very interesting comment. Why a gasoline truck over a diesel? Now, for the record, we do have a diesel truck. And on that particular day where we did a garage demolition, we did decide to use our gasoline F250 over our F450, which is diesel powered. It is more efficient towing, and it is a much bigger truck, better towing truck all around. But why gas over diesel? So it's interesting. It's a lot of different reasons. Number one, obviously, the cost. That's an easy. I mean, yes, the gasoline engine uses more fuel to do the work, but at the same time, even though the gasoline truck uses more fuel, the cost of diesel fuel, it's so much more than gas that unless you really are getting on the highway and doing hot shotting or really long haul driving, it doesn't outweigh the lower cost of gasoline. Right now, gasoline, and we're in a period where gasoline prices are really high, but right now gasoline is like $4 a gallon and diesel's like $5 a gallon. So yeah, diesel's going to be more efficient, but diesel's going to be more efficient, but it's going to cost significantly more than gas most of the time. Now, maybe things will change, I don't know, but diesel tends to run about 25% higher than gas. So that is a big factor. Now, aside from that, obviously the initial cost of diesel engine cost about $10,000 more than a gasoline engine. That is significant. The maintenance on the diesel, this is all pretty basic stuff. Maintenance on the diesel is going to be higher. I'm finding that for the short trip driving, the diesels need more oil changes. They need more. You got fuel filters. The gas truck does not have a single fuel filter. They've eliminated the fuel filter. I don't know how, but there's no maintenance there. The diesel truck's got two fuel filters. I think they cost like $100 to replace, and you got to do it every other oil change. Then you've got more frequent oil changes, especially for the short trips. It might be the case where you can get a lot of miles out of these oil changes if you're going highway, but when you're short tripping these things, that oil life monitor is going to be going off quite often, much more often than, from my experience, much more often from a gas truck. It seems like a gasoline powered truck doesn't mind being short tripped compared to a diesel, where it's much more effective to have a diesel if you're going to get up to operating temperature a lot more often. Now, oil, more frequent oil changes with a higher capacity of oil. So you're talking 13 quarts versus a gasoline engine which takes 6 quarts. Yeah, it's a little bit more. Then you have emissions. This is all basic stuff, emissions and regens and DEF. All that stuff comes into play. Then you have some other things that maybe might not be on the surface quite as much. Let's say you've got employees. Say you're running employees. Well, a lot of companies that run a lot of employees, if they can avoid diesel trucks, they do it. Why? Because if an employee goes and puts gasoline inside of a diesel truck, then that company is going to be out of a significant amount of money. So let's say there's a company that runs F250s and F350s. Do you think they're out buying diesels? No, because you could hire a 20-year-old kid who doesn't know the difference. You think he maybe knows the difference, but surprise, he doesn't. He goes and puts fuel in a diesel, puts gasoline in a diesel. So when that happens, that vehicle is going to be down. That's lost revenue. And you're going to need a new CP4 pump, a fuel system, a new fuel system cleaning. The fuel system is going to have to be cleaned out. The tank's going to have to be dropped, cleaned out. The injectors are going to be trashed. Potential engine damage. It's a big thing, and it's very easy to do. Now, my daily truck is a diesel, but I wouldn't want our work truck where other people might end up fueling it or anything like that. I wouldn't want that to be a diesel just from the risk. I mean, we are always hiring new people, and like it's something to think about. What level of business, if we're doing landscaping and things like that, typically you don't see too many diesels nowadays. The initial cost, the potential damage to the vehicle if someone puts the wrong fuel in the vehicle, things like that are very, very, very important things to consider. But another thing to consider too is your payload. A diesel engine takes about 800 pounds of payload away from the truck. So what does that mean overall? Well, let's say you have a perfect CDL setup like what we have. We have a F-250 with a gross vehicle weight rating of 10,001 pounds. Or I'm sorry, 10,000 pounds exactly. We have 10,000 pounds exactly gross vehicle weight rating. We have a trailer with a 16,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating. That puts us at a perfect setup to be non-CDL. We're avoiding the CDL weight, federally mandated weight of 26,001 pounds. We're right there at 26,000 pounds combined gross vehicle weight rating, and we don't require CDL. So when you're at this level of hiring, you're not going to be really able to hire CDL drivers to pull dump trailers with pickup trucks. You by weight, you're technically getting into that weight range, but you're also getting into all those requirements. Now, by getting into those requirements, then, well, that's a problem, because those CDL drivers, they want to go drive big rigs. They want to make different, bigger money. They might go cross country. They might drive gravel trains, things like that. I mean, who gets a CDL to drive a pickup truck? Unless it's the owner of the company himself. Who would get a CDL to really just drive a pickup truck? Unless it's maybe like a hotshot guy or something like that. But unless you're in a dually and all that stuff, I don't know. It's kind of a tough sell. So it puts you into a different competition bracket when it comes to hiring. Then just a 350 with the diesel engine payload package, because like I said, an extra 800 pounds out of your payload, that would be a CDL truck with the right trailer behind it. With a 16K trailer, now it's a CDL truck. You're talking big tickets if you ever have a violation. Huge. I mean, it's just a huge headache. You have inspections and all kinds of stuff to consider once you get into CDL territory. So being that keeping your pickup truck at 10,000 pounds gross vehicle weight rating allows you to tow a maximum of 16,000 pounds of a trailer without getting into CDL territory, it does make a vehicle with a 10,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating sought after. But if you get a diesel truck with a 10,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating, now you're cutting your payload by an extra 800 pounds, and that diesel engine's cutting into your available payload. Now that is a big factor when it comes to purchasing a truck. You can actually order an F-350 with a D-rated payload to get the payload down to 10,000 pounds so that you can tow more weight and still be a non-CDL setup and have better spring packs and things like that come with the F-350, better resale values that come with an F-350, and just better overall. And I actually wish we did that when we ordered our 250. I wish we would have ordered a D-rated 350 with the payload set to 10,000 pounds so that we could tow the most amount of weight and avoid all these huge CDL things. I mean, you get caught with a CDL rig and you didn't know, you could get put out of service. You can get some pretty hefty fines, some pretty big tickets. So something definitely to consider. So why would you get a gas-powered truck? I mean, I've stated the obvious and maybe hopefully brought up a couple points that maybe you didn't know. But anyway, this is DS Trucks. My name is Sean. See you guys in the next video. Over and out.